This week I'm in Kansas. In the last episode, Josh and I started our early November Kansas hunt. We're hunting 100% public land and have just a few days left to try to fill our tags. Pack what we called in the Army my snivel gear because it's going to be cold and raining. Gloves. Gotta get my snivel gear. I only had a short window to hunt this afternoon before the bad weather set in. So we scouted our way into a new spot. We found a ton of fresh sign along a major transition between brushy bedding and a thick creek draw. Now, the options for trees pretty much sucked. Well, we got rained out. We don't have a place to dry our clothes, so getting everything soaking wet when you're on a DIY hunt like this is not easy. So we bailed. But we did a lot of scouting, found a good spot, so we're pumped for tomorrow.
It's the afternoon of day 3. This morning was good. We saw deer this morning that actually grunted in a little buck, which was super cool considering yesterday was a total wash because I came down with strep throat. So anyway, this afternoon we're hunting a little field. I guess it's a sorghum field that has tons and tons of signs. So scrapes, tracks everywhere, so I'm thinking it should be good. According to Greg, the wind is right, so we'll see what happens. Alright, day 3 is a wrap. Me and Caden went to a spot that we all kind of agreed was going to be awesome. So just the way it is, just the way the lake sets up around it and all that stuff. But anyway, we ended up having a small buck come in, a little, big long spike. Actually, it was weird because it looked like it just shed his velvet. He had real pink stains in his antlers. It really thought that was strange, but anyway, ton of does came in. He had no interest in them whatsoever. Greg may or may not have been right with the wind because every doe that came in blew like a million times. But we could have shot them before they ever did. So good call, Greg. I can't give you too much grief as far as seeing deer are concerned. Like I said, they did blow, but we could have shot. Gosh, we could have shot 50 times at the 8 deer that we saw. So good call, buddy. We're going to get back in there in the morning. Let's go.
I don't know what today is. Wednesday, November the 3rd, I think. And 2 hours before daylight, so we are gonna go kill a big buck in the spot we hunted and found yesterday afternoon. So fingers crossed, one's cruising. That's what we need. Red brush right out here. about hour and a half, 2 hours after daylight. Saw one buck so far. He's out behind us in this thick red brush. Nothing close enough to shoot. It's a cold, wet morning with no wind. It's perfectly still. I don't like those mornings. We're all pretty wet. We're gonna buckle up, sit in, hang tight, hope one comes by chasing a doe. It's a buck. There might be more. Do you still see it? No, it's in that red brush right out here. He has his head down. Yeah, wind's in our face. He's not huge, but I'm gonna shoot him. That dude's tall as crap. Yeah, he's tall and tight. Dang, that's a nice buck. Are you gonna try to ground him? Is he going? Oh, he's going. That was a big buck. There's a doe right here out behind us, or in front of us, I guess. That buck is about 50 yards. There was a tree yesterday that we walked to, and we decided to come back this one because, I don't know, why do you pick different trees? You just get a feeling. If we'd have been in that tree, we'd have killed that deer. He walked right under it. So we picked the wrong tree. It happens. That was a big buck. He's still here. He's not far. And there's plenty more where that came from. We're in Kansas. Whoa. 30 minutes later, a doe headed directly downwind of us. We knew the buck would follow, and this is not good. That sucks a lot. That sucks a whole lot. get him to come down, but he didn't. That's that same buck from earlier. Man. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. That's how it's done right there, boys. It's almost noon, and this wind is about to switch. We've already started to feel it switching just a little bit, but this wind is supposed to switch and blow out of the south, and this spot does not work for a south. We're hoping for north-south movement, so it's no bueno. So we're gonna climb down and go check out another spot where the buck was. He's boogered up for today, but maybe later this week we'll come back in and kill him if I don't kill before. But anyway, we're gonna climb down, go scout a couple of spots here right at lunch, and then get in somewhere for the afternoon. But we're kind of hosed for right now. We can't really sit here. The wind is totally wrong for this. So. But at least I got hot coffee. The next morning, we still had a southerly wind. No bueno to go after this buck. So I called an audible and went to a new spot we scouted earlier in the week. Now, I had no idea if there would be any good trees to climb, so I decided to sneak in at gray light as quietly as possible. Funky horn. Is it? That's all funky horn. Man, that dude's gnarly. I'm shooting him. Do it. That's a nice buck. He's looking around. lineman belt hanging off. This is freaking crazy. I'm shaking. I just shot that deer at, what, 10 yards?
Yeah, 10 yards.
On the ground. He was huge. So look at this. We snuck in here. I just did the interview at the truck like 10 minutes ago, so you already know what the plan was. We snuck in here. We were quiet. We didn't make a noise. We came right to where we wanted to climb based on the map. Checked Onyx. There was a hole right here in the timber, and we thought, man, this would be a great spot for a buck to be cruising. It is. $8:19. Legal sunrise. It's like 8 o'clock. So we came in here right at daylight, right at gray light. I got one stick. I clicked one stick on, and I snapped 2 limbs. And as soon as I snapped those limbs, he started raking a tree. I think he thought we were another buck in here. I think that's what happened. So I look up. I'm actually halfway up the tree, and I hear it, and I look down at Josh. Spoonie's on the ground, and I go, that's a freaking buck. And I look over there, and I can just see a limb shaking. I'm like, that's a buck. So I climb back down. Freaking have my 1 sticks attached to my saddle. 3 1 sticks. I take them off, pop them off, take my bag off, grab my release, knock an arrow, take off my quiver, set it on the ground, all being completely and totally silent. Then I got a grunt call, and I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I just looped it around my 8er here, and it was hanging right here in case he went the other way. I was gonna grunt at him, try to get him to come this way, but he freaking came right this way. Like, he came right to us, and I'm on my knees, and he's coming, he's getting closer and closer. He stops right there, and I was on my knees, but I have all this brush in front of me, so I had to stand up to shoot, but I couldn't stand totally up because there's all these limbs right here. So I shot him at a half squat, like a half squat, and he was hard quartering to me, so I put it right here. Fixed blade, heavy arrow, day 6 arrow. Those are freaking unbreakable arrows with, a heavy, I'm like shooting 500 grains with the slick trick, cut on contact broadhead. So I've taken that shot many times. I am a fan of that shot, putting it right here and just getting through everything. I think I made a perfect shot, and he's down. I think we heard him crash not 40 yards away, and I just shot my first ever buck on the ground, and it was a perfect shot, and I think he's dead, and I think he's right there. Oh man, that was freaking awesome. Huck just killed a buck too.
30 minutes.
Oh my gosh. And you smoked him. We got 2 bucks down. Okay, well, you keep us posted. We're about to go look and see if we can find ours too. That's Josh's first out-of-state hunt. Josh is like one of my best friends, and he's a great hunter. He's just never hunted out of Atlanta for whatever reason. And so I invited him to come on this trip to Kansas. I mean, how about coming to Kansas in early November for your first out-of-state trip? And it's been a little bit of a struggle for him. He's been sick, like had to go to the emergency room 2 days ago sick, and they gave him a shot of penicillin, and he's been on antibiotics and a Z-Pack, so he's been a trooper. And this isn't really his forte. I've done this a whole lot, this hunting, breaking down big pieces of public land, and Josh just doesn't have that experience. He's a great hunter, he just never done this type of before. So for him to be able to figure it out and bust one in like only his 3rd day, it's freaking awesome. So what a freaking morning in Kansas. Wow.
Yeah.
He's down. There he is. Oh, and he is smoked. Dude, he didn't go 50 yards. And he's smoked. Totally smoked.
gnarly.
Orange buck. Jeez. So this is where that buck was rubbing this morning. Look at that scrape. Man, he dug that thing out. You can still smell the pee. And he has got this area shredded. He hit that tree, this tree, that tree, this tree. There's like 5 or 6 rubs you can see from right here. This spot was money. And in hindsight, that we had the perfect access. We came down the little beach and popped in. We pretty much executed this perfectly. That doesn't happen very often. It's pretty freaking cool.
No possible way I could be more excited about it. It was absolutely incredible. Had a little mishap. My main man Caden couldn't be with me this morning because he got sick. That sucks, but it is what it is. But I just want to thank Greg and Ernie for this opportunity. First out-of-state hunt to Kansas. I've been dreaming about it my whole life. It's just, I just can't say enough about the whole experience, from the cabin to the camaraderie to the hunting. It's just really been incredible. And as I said, it's not a giant buck, but if you could ever have a dream hunt, this would be it. So I'm super excited, and I look forward to doing it just as many chances as I get in the future.
Woo! That is awesome. Let's get him clean and get him out of here. That's going to be a wrap from Kansas. Got a lot of work ahead of me. Got to do this guy. Man, this feels really good to get this buck down, and I'm going to mount this guy. Super proud. Public land in Kansas. It was an awesome hunt the way it ended out. So I'm pretty pumped. Thanks for watching this video, and you guys get out there and do this next year. I mean, there's public land available all over the country. All you gotta do is buy a tag. You can go, take your buddies, go do it. It's a blast. And you can kill stuff like this. It's a ton of fun. Thanks for watching.